Okay. See if everyone's able to make it in. I think we are live. We are live. We are live. Another red day in the market. Another red day in the market. But all that means to us is what? Potentially buying opportunities. So let's see what's going on today. Let's make sure the stream is live. Let's make sure the stream is live. Everyone can hear me? Yes? All right. I do see some people popping in now. Hello, hello, hello. Morning, everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulties from our first stream, but here we are, we're trying. So, let's see what everyone's got to say here. Bye-bye markets. No need for the negativity. Hey Dave, how are you doing? Oscar, good morning. Yeah, lots of buying opportunities. Bosco, how are you? Good morning. All right, everyone. So as promised, we're streaming. If you guys can give the stream a like so we can get it out there to more people, I would, greatly appreciate that. But let's definitely get started. I do have Rocky. Unfortunately, we're having trouble with we're trying to use a restream platform. We're having trouble just getting everything set up properly. So he is on Discord with me. And so with that being said, he'll be able to share his screen. And then I'll try to go back and forth so we can kind of see, some of the charts that he's been working on and charting. So of course we can kind of pick and choose and look at maybe some of the charts you guys want us to look at. But of course I want to look at the plays that I've focused on heavily on my channel, just so we all have, that kind of, background and potentially some buying opportunities that I might see. Because I'm looking to, load up on some stocks if I can, because we continue to see this downfall. So if we refresh here on Zometica, yeah, I know it looked like this is what you call somewhat of a bull trap. Looked like everything was recovering. Market opened the first 15, 20 minutes or 10 minutes, and now it all came crashing back down. So I want to keep an eye on GameStop and AMC, and that is solely because right now a lot of the volume of the market was transferred over to some of the some of these stocks. But as you can see here, even these are pulling back. So yeah, just an overall red day it looks like in the market, which again, personally, I'm not too worried about it. I told you guys that this is kind of to be expected. But yeah, I'm sighing because again, it is obviously disappointing. I'm not going to do this with a smile on my face. But yeah, potential buying opportunities, which is not a bad thing. Regardless, what is everyone in the chat looking to potentially load up on? What are some stocks you guys are buying on the dip? I hope no one's panic selling, but if you are, kind of understandable with what we're seeing. But again, it's not something that I'm doing at all. I'm not looking to panic sell. I'm not worried. But yeah, just kind of want to see what you guys, what everyone's thoughts are. And good morning, Sean. Capo, good morning. Hong Kong, nice to see you from all the way across. What have I bought? Huzaifa. So as I mentioned on my previous videos, I bought Zometica on the dip, but it continued to dip, so maybe even averaging down is something I'm looking to do. I also bought Senseonics, actually at $3.50. So right now we're seeing it even pull back more. So again, averaging down, not putting all your money into the market all at once, but potentially getting into these plays at a pretty reasonable discount. If we look at Senseonics, down 35, almost 36%. Pretty significant drops. Zometica, I'm doing this. But, kind of my rule is with, the money that I put into the market, it's always invest money you're willing to lose. Obviously, I've reiterated that many, many times. But in addition, it's also, making sure that you don't put it all in at the same time. Rather, averaging down or slowly putting in a little at a time, depending on what the sentiments are around the market and, what direction we're pushing towards. Let's see what you said here. Neo. So let me see if this works. I'm gonna try to switch over to Discord, and we can kind of look at. First thing I want to look at is AMC, and let me know if you guys can hear Rocky. So if he unmutes his mic.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Rocky.
Can you guys hear Rocky? If you guys want to say it in the chat here. I just don't know if his audio will transfer over. Aaron, I'm doing good. Yeah, okay. They can't hear you, I think. Good deal. So now if I switch my screen and share Discord, let's see, admin chat. Can you guys see the screen here at all or no? It looks like it's black. That doesn't help. Okay. Fun times. Guys, technical difficulties love me. They truly love me. But that's okay.
Oh yeah, it does look like it's black.
Yeah, I did see that. I pulled it up. No, it's a black screen. Oh well, that's okay. So regardless, we do have Rocky, and I wanted him to kind of share his thoughts about some of these stocks. What are the things that he's buying? Because again, he's been trading a little longer than I have, so he knows some of these things better than I do. And of course, we do have Dave in the chat. So one day I'm hoping to have Dave on because he's the vet trader that talks to me, the veterinary trader that's been telling me a lot of different tips and tricks about the market. So regardless, let's go ahead and switch it to Rocky, and you can kind of just tell us, what your thoughts are on the market. What are you buying? And then I'll pull it up on my screen, and you can kind of look at, different things there.
Sure thing. Can everyone see my screen?
No, I don't think it's showing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about just AMC before anything else happens. So I'm just gonna talk about it. Then I'll just post a screenshot of what the chart looks like for me. Mm-hmm. But let's go into the beginning of the week. So in February 17th, there was a bullish pennant breakout on AMC that was imminent. In my previous videos that I made, you can check on my YouTube if you haven't, Rocky Finance. I go over the patterns of AMC and where they potentially can go. And with the bullish pennant, AMC broke out of it. It went up 50%, pulled back again, and then tested another resistance line, and then the support dragged on there, and then it broke out again for another 20% move. But what we're seeing right now is another 20% pullback before AMC goes further. And one of the reasons why AMC is pulling back is because the general S&P 500 is down. A lot of factors that have to do with the market are down. It's not just AMC's down. GameStop is also going down right now. But with technical analysis, we can help see where the charts go and our price predictions for them. So I'm going to describe my chart, and then you can pull it up in chat when you can, your pop. Mm-hmm. But my chart shows a bunch of support and resistance lines formed here, and I do signal it like every top parent. And I drew some paths where AMC could pull back, and it hit the dot on that perfectly. And now what you're seeing right here is a support test. So AMC is currently on its support. The support level is 794. If 794 breaks, we could potentially have a pullback of 698. But my theory on AMC and everything else is that since the whole market is down, I'm pretty sure everyone wants to flow in their cash into these quote unquote meme stocks, AMC and GME. Doesn't have to be a meme, but I think a lot of people find just the most volume there. That's why a lot of people are going into AMC. Now I'm gonna post my chart right here, but I also saw someone saying they wanted me to get into Neo, so how about we do that as well?
Neo? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let me pull up Neo.
I don't have the general chart if you just want to kind of talk over it, if you could see my screen, but
okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll see your screen. Well, okay, so I'll just talk over it. Okay, so Neo, where it's at right now, could be considered as support at the $45 level, and if it breaks again, it can potentially drop to $43, where it's probably a buy zone. But Neo originally developed a ascending triangle pattern, which it broke down, and that's why you see all this red in Neo. It just broke its support. Support is where a stock touches points, particularly 2 times, but with more touches, it's considered, wherever a support is considered mostly a buy zone, and it's probably safe for the stock. Now with Neo, how I describe Neo is that it moves mostly due to news, and Neo needs a ton of news to move. So if there's no catalyst for Neo, I don't really see it going up in the short term. But if you're long-term investing, it doesn't really matter for you. But a new catalyst is that earnings are coming March 1st. So do look out for that. That's my stuff for Neo. And what I see on earnings is probably a run to $50. If earnings do good, I see it pushing towards 56. If not, Neo could probably fall into the 30s where, it'll probably bounce back again.
And real quick, if you guys see here on the stream, I'm just looking at TradingView, but again at $45, down 3.78%. I really, again, for me, I'm in at Neo at $17 cost average, but we saw it run up to all the way, mid 60s, lower 60s. So potentially, if you're looking at it, again, as a long-term hold, if we look at even the 1 month, like look at this where it was before, $64 is pretty much where it touched, 64.10, and it's since then dropped significantly. So if you're looking at establishing a position in an electric vehicle company like Neo, one that's very disruptive, it's in China, one of the biggest EV markets in the entire world right now, then you could see this as a potential buying opportunity. Can it pull back more? Absolutely. But as Rocky kind of mentioned with the technicals, if it retests the support line multiple times, that could be a potential buying opportunity, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yes, that is right.
All right. So, yeah. And let's see what the chat has to say now, if they have any others. Let's see. Neo earnings are coming up March 1st. Yep, as Rocky just mentioned. All right, and let me minimize. Looks like they're asking me to minimize my camera. It's too big. There we go. So you guys can see it a little better now. But regardless, do you guys want to do any other technicals before we dive into kind of our main plays? And I'll look at TradingView, of course, because I think it's a better view. What do you guys think? Taking it for you guys, but let's look at Zometica. And Rocky, you can chime in too if you'd like.
Okay, for sure. Do you want to go first on your thoughts on Zometica?
Sure. So guys, with Zometica, right now what I see is if we're let's look at the 5-day chart. Let's look at the 1 month actually, because that's where we saw it reach its all-time high. It's 52-week high, I think all-time high, but 297 is pretty much where it touched there at the very top. So since then, we're down substantially. And again, let's pull up the Google. I really like Google, but again, it says 270 there, but we're down, about 33%. Let's refresh because it's, I think, dropped since or maybe gone up. But you guys can see that 175 looks like there's decent support. It's bounced off of that. And again, I'm not a person who does technical analysis by any means. Can we retest 161? Possibly. But what do I think about Zometica, right? I talk about it all the time on my channel, and I tell you guys, there's really no fundamentally bad news about the company that has came out. And again, with a full market pullback, if you're someone who believes in recovery in the economy, and again, I always use the S&P 500 as my gold standard to compare. And if you look at the 1 year, you look at the 5 year, you look at the maximum chart of our S&P 500 index. Again, top 500 Fortune companies, and I talk about it in my videos over and over, but the overall trend is always positive movement, right? In the last 40 years, 1981 to 2021, the market always goes through ups and downs, but it's always moving towards the upward direction. Now, if you're invested into a company and your cost average is above where it is today, and you're looking to average down, maybe it's a good opportunity. Right? I know the overall market is pulling back, but we don't know where it's going to bottom out. And that's why I always mention averaging down. So if we look at, again, just the TradingView, even the 5-day instead of the 1 month, we could see, it dipped down to about $1.60, $1.40. Where is this? $1.44. Bounced back since then, and it reached all the way up to $2.25 actually, and pulled back a little more. So we could see there's very strong support here at this $1.44. Where it brought the stock way back up, and since then it's kind of been consolidating a little up and down. But again, with an overall market pullback, this is potentially time to either increase or start a new position with Zometica if you haven't, if again you believe in the company long term, because you're not going to be selling the dips, rather buying the dips as they come along. True Forma launch in a month and 10 days, or a month and 5 days. Again, there's going to be more. After the commercialization, more revenues are going to be coming to the company, and long term, I see that it's going to have very solid potential moving forward. So let's go ahead and have Rocky's thoughts on Zometica.
All right. All right, Ahmed. You can pull up the Discord chart if you want, but I quickly want to talk about the S&P 500 before we get into Zometica real quick.
Okay.
So the S&P 500 is currently testing its support range at 38, 380.33. Excuse me. And if it does fall below the support range of 380, it most likely will test this 378 level. So that's critical before noting any play. We can see a 1% fall from the S&P 500 today due to it being a Friday, it being a low volume day, and it generally sells off on Friday. But we're not sure because there's so much fear in the market yesterday that people might just be sitting out, holding cash. Cash is a position, but yeah, it looks like dips are being bought right now. But let's go quickly into Zometica. So with Zometica, what happened is that it did top at around 290. And the reason why it broke down is that we had a bullish sort of triangle formation pattern going on. And ever since it broke that pattern, it just started a free fall. And on February 23rd, you can see that 40% drop in Zometica, largely due to stop losses being hit. That is normal in the market in penny stocks. You're going to see a lot of volatility, especially in penny stocks. So that is why it is normal. But today, right now, what we can see is a little channel between the ranges of 170 and $2. So in that price range, Zometica is currently consolidating for a bigger move. But in March, we're going to get the True Pharma launch. We're going to get more catalysts going for Zometica. So I do think this consolidation is perfectly normal. Long-term investing, shouldn't be scared. But if you do have extra cash and do want a dollar cost average, I think that's a really important terminology right here. You can do so. But what I see here for the short-term trend is that support is at 163, and another support is at 187, which is currently turned into resistance. So anything in between 187 and 163 is most likely a buy zone right now. But we are not sure about the market pullback and the situation there. I do think GameStop and AMC stock have heavily influenced the stock market quite a bit, because there is that case that hedge funds do sell the majority of their positions, allowing tech to go down. And FANG and tech is really key for the market. Apple holds most of the market's movement. So if you do see Apple going down, probably the market will go down too, but that doesn't limit it to more stocks. So yeah, Zometica is looking stable right now, but it's currently consolidating for the next product launch.
Absolutely. I totally agree there. And I see some people saying Senseonics, and that's one of the plays we've been talking about. So let's look at Senseonics. Let's pull up the Sense stock. So 348. So we pull up the chart. And I know Rocky doesn't have much time that he can stay with us today, unfortunately, because of all the... But if we look at just the 1 day, it looks like right over here at 330, if I'm not mistaken, Rocky, it looks like that's where it found pretty strong support. But if we look at the 5 day, it hit $2.81. Now, can we retest those lows? Possibly. But again, very strong support in those areas for Senseonics. Were you able to...
Would you like me to quickly check out Senseonics?
Yeah, just what you think a buy zone would be for it. But again, remember, guys, not financial advice by any means, but we're just trying to share our thoughts. Because right now, again, for me...
So my thoughts on Senseonics is that it's currently channeling. Certainly, it did break its support at $4, but it's typical. You're going to see a lot of penny stocks fall down due to current market volatility, right? You got SPX at 37.92. You got SPY at 378. So like I was just talking about, right? SPY was currently at support, but it did break that support. So now a move to 378 was apparent, but now it can furthermore drop to 377, furthering a 1% drop in the market. So that's key analysis to look at right there. But quickly for Senseonics, let me pull up the chart.
Yes.
Senseonics is currently almost at support. The current support for Senseonics is at 328 to my extent. It might not be to your chart, but my support is 328 for Senseonics. And the next support is at 260. But that's a long way to go. I don't see it going to 260, but 328 is a great buying opportunity if you do believe long-term for the company. Now, it's just currently in the wedge, so nothing has moved. If we take a look at the daily chart, Senseonics has had like 2 or 3 red days in a row. So probably going to get another pullback on Monday. But, if it does hit that key support area, which is 328, looks like a good buying opportunity. And the range for this stock is between 370 and 328. and I'll post the chart.
Perfect. And if you aren't a part of our Discord, please feel free to join us on Discord. We do have Rocky does allow people to request charts, and he does it, just for fun because he really does enjoy charting some of these topics. So feel free to join us on the Discord, and also please subscribe to Rocky Finance. I pinned his channel on the top here of the chat. So if you guys can, please go ahead and subscribe to Rocky. I appreciate you joining us, man. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, man. And thank you, everyone, for the stream. It's been lovely, and I think your pop's going to continue it, but I'm going to go for now, go run some errands. So I'll see y'all later.
All right. Take care. Yes, and I will continue the stream. So let's keep it going, guys. JAGX, Jaguar Health. So again, I'm just going to continue to, watch the stocks that we are all in. But if we just quickly pull up AMC, looks like $7.91. So it's pulling back quite significantly. In GameStop, down to $1.18. So again, down 16%, 17%. Looks like a lot of volume is pulling out of these stocks, guys. And of course, with less volume, because there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of people are pulling out their plays. So again, I would really appreciate if everyone would like the live stream so we can get more people on and more people exposed to it. Just again, because I'm not trying to give reassurance, but I'm just trying to keep everyone, I don't know. I do these live streams, I do these videos to kind of give people my thoughts. But again, I'm just trying to think positively. Although we are seeing this pullback, I know at some point we will recover. That's just that's always going to be a fact with our stock market. So please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. And let's keep it going, everybody. And so again, we were talking about Jaguar Health, JAGX. Guys, let's look at Jaguar Health. It's pulling back even more. So yesterday I did buy, so I mentioned to the Patreon group that I bought JAGX. Let me just pull up my cost basis from yesterday. But I did buy in at $2.13. So it's pulled back, another 10 cents since. But is that a worry for me? Absolutely not. And thank you so much, Big Apple, for the super chat. Dave, always supporting so much, and I appreciate you. So thank you both. But let's look at Jaguar Health. So JAGX, guys, there's again this significant pullback, and unfortunately, when we see the market pullback, our penny stock plays are always hit the hardest. So right now, as I mentioned, over and over at the beginning of the stream, and as the Rocky mentioned, if we look at the standard, the S&P 500 index. Overall, so I'm looking at SPY here. This is kind of the gold standard to see how the market is doing regarding, tech and all the big companies in the US, but usually we follow trends, right? So if volume is being pulled out of these stocks, people are selling their shares, this major sell-off, we see them in our penny stocks at an even higher extent. So Jaguar Health is no different. JAGX. So as you guys saw, there's actually some decent news that came out regarding they created a new website for Napo EU. The Napo Pharmaceuticals, their direct subsidiary of Jaguar Health. They're the ones who manufacture Mytesi. So if you see here, though, we're down, again, just from today, it looks like it started climbing up from this little bull trap that we saw, and it's pulled back 9.1% since then. Now, I continually say, when we first brought up Jaguar Health on this channel, if we look at, you would have to look at the 6 month. We bought in right here, January 4th at $1.78. So that means we're up a total of 14% since our initial investment. And since then, I've averaged up actually on my position. And now, after starting a new position for the penny stock challenge, I did buy in at 213, potentially looking to average down on this play. So JAGX, guys, it's following the market trend. If we look at the 1 day, even the 5 day, let's see where it found, because this was the biggest dip we saw, and that was Tuesday. It got down to $1.92. So if it gets anywhere near that, as it approaches this $1.92 where we saw there was strong support all across the market after that dip, that might be a good time to buy in. Now, if we break that support level, that 191, who knows where it might free fall after that, right? So we're just looking at the 5 day. If we look at the 3 month, let's see where it was before the spike. I don't think we're going to retest anything like that. But yeah, $1.91 is kind of where I hope we continue to see support. So at 203, what does that mean? Potentially a great time to buy in. Really, a great time to potentially buy in. So again, just my opinion. Look into the company, Jaguar Health. Look at their fundamentals. Look at their Mytesi product, the Croflamer. So again, Mytesi, anti-diarrheal, that's going to be potentially used currently in only patients who take ART, antiretroviral therapy, but it's going to expand from there to hopefully start being used in other populations. And I'm talking, people who have chronic diarrhea, cancer patients, for example, or other patients who are potentially on medications that are causing them to have these kind of conditions. So please, please, please keep that in mind. Look into this company, and let's move on to our next play. Big Apple, thank you for your continued support. I super appreciate it. If you have any requests, please let me know. I will talk about it because, again, right now we're just seeing red, 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 red. Let's do some refreshers. Senseonics. So again, some support there at 341. I think it was 338. So we saw it kind of bounce back up. Zometica, 180. What's going on with these big boys? The ones stealing volume from our plays. And if anyone's in AMC and GME, I have nothing but positive vibes for you. I hope they do well, again, but I don't know how long this whole market's going to last. Because again, people are seeing this sell-off, and so they're taking advantage of that by going into some of these meme plays, AMC and GME. So again, that's potentially why people are deciding to buy in. But let's keep it going. What else do you guys want to talk about? Buying today. Yes, I'm hoping to buy some stuff on the stream. So you guys can see for the penny stock challenge specifically. Hello VG, my man. Welcome to the stream. Guys, if you don't know who Hello VG is, he does gaming streams, and he's actually at about 500,000 subscribers, so he knows what he's doing. So appreciate you joining us on the stream. Hello VG, and thank you so much. So CTRM. Let's look at CTRM. I'm actually looking at starting a position on CTRM, so why not? Castor Maritime. It broke the $1. Okay, so it looks like now, where was it? Let's look at the 5-day because I know we had that significant dip. 85 cents. Found strong support 85 cents. Also support at 92 cents, and now it's maybe approaching that 92 cent support line, because you guys can see it kind of stopped around it. So 96 cents, this might be a good buy zone. Again, I'm not a person who's really I haven't invested quite yet into CTRM. I did buy in at 30 cents and I sold my position. But guys, this here, we can look at the, just again, basing it solely off the charts, potentially time to get in. It looks like there was a strong support line at 92 cents. And this is looking at the 1-day chart. So you can see our market open right around here, or actually not necessarily at open, but it looks like it tested this 92 cents and now it's at 96 cents. So CTRM, you guys know there's really no bad news around it, but if you're in CTRM, let me know what your cost basis is here in the chat, because I do want to know. But currently at 97 cents, if again we look at the 1-month chart, look how much it's down, guys. 44 cents, like the majority of our penny stock plays all across. A 1-month chart for Zometica, again 33%. So some are hit more than others, but again, if you believe in the company, I talked about it yesterday in the video, and adopting the Cathie Wood mentality. Cathie Wood, what did she do? She bought Workhorse stock, Cathie Wood. Let's look at it. Here it is, Market Insider. So guys, the stock that was hit the hardest on a 1-day from the pretty much the entire market, or at least the stocks that we follow closely. Of course, there's probably some that had worse gains, but Workhorse jumps as Cathie Wood's ARK Invest buys the dip following more than a 50% decline. So a lot of people who bought into Workhorse were buying in because they were looking for this USPS contract. Again, Workhorse, if you don't know, it's a company that's specifically specializing in fleet vehicles. So, and they were looking for this USPS contract that was valued at, a few $100 million, which would have been a great contract for them to secure to bring in revenues to their company. Now, since then, unfortunately, they were declined this USPS contract. So a lot of these people who had this tunnel vision that the USPS contract was a make or break for the company sold their position as soon as that news hit. Now, what did the most intelligent female investor that's currently in the game, and male, I'm just going to say she is the most I just think she's mind-blowing, very intelligent girl. She's been in this game for a really long time. She's managed hedge funds. She did study at USC, University of South California. She's just a great person overall who does really make good stock picks and stock choices, but she bought the dip. And what are we doing? We're selling the dip. A lot of people have been telling me, I'm out of the market. I'm selling the dip. I'm selling the dip. But why? We got to look at what the big dogs are doing. What are these big investors doing? So let's look at Fintel.io. Fintel.io. Again, this is a place where you can kind of look at Zometica. So this is a place where you can kind of look where institutional ownership is, and where other institutional or insider buying, insider selling. So I really like this website. But regardless, if you look here, a lot of green in this red week, right? And not even this red week. So it looks like this week it's been mainly holding. We don't see any new established position because we're going to look from the 22nd through the 26th. So as you can see for Zometica, looks like one management firm did buy 10,000 shares of Zometica on the 23rd. So that was on Tuesday when it dipped pretty significantly. But regardless, are a lot of these, if it was all red, that's concerning if all these institutions decided to sell off their shares. But look at it. Most are just holding on. Vanguard, no news about them selling shares. Again, just if you look all the way down across the list, a lot of these institutions are holding their shares because they have people who are analysts, they have people who are smart. Because instead of selling the dip, they capitalize and continue to either average down on their position or hold firmly if their position, their average cost is already low. So always keep that in mind, folks. Don't be one of those that ends up selling the dip, because again, most of us will regret that. All right, where's SPY? 381.23. So yeah, it looks like it maybe touched bottom 378. Let's look at the 5-day. So it retested some, maybe the one month low. Let's see, 369 in January. Looks like it did hit 369, so it actually was a little lower. But if we look at the 5-day, for sure, on Tuesday with the dip, it hit 380, but today it retested even lower lows, 378.56. So again, guys, I think this is what I call, it's presenting buying opportunities. And I know we talk about penny stocks so much on my channel, we focus on them, but what we need to do is we need to figure out what are some of the big plays that we can start getting into with this market dip. Because I tell you guys, about 10% of my portfolio is in penny stocks, a very insignificant amount. So we need to look at plays like Square. Look at Square, guys. This is a very, very solid company. We know that they have a strong future. And if you don't know, they also own Cash App, which is probably one that you're all familiar with. But regardless, Square, it's a company that's dedicated to financial services sector. Again, merchants use it. You've probably seen it in different retail stores, etc. But guys, it peaked at 276, where the market pretty much peaked February 16th. It's seen a 20% decline, and this is a $100 billion company. That's a behemoth. That is a beast. So if you're looking at getting into some big boy plays, some big dog plays, then Square might be one that you want to start considering, especially with the fact that right now it's looking at, if we look at, it's back to end of January, a month ago, where its price was. If we go back even more, you're looking at buying this cheaper than it was in December. So a couple months of the market's, bull run that we've seen lately has been kind of wiped out. But again, maybe it's time to start figuring out when a good time to buy in or establish position in these companies. Look at Tesla. Tesla, one of my favorite plays. Jeez, it's just bleeding, but it looks like maybe some recovery. But regardless, 678. That's literally unheard of. I did not think that it would pull back this much. Look at its market value, 639 billion. We know where it was before, in the 800s. So like 170 billion dollars was pulled out of Tesla. So guys, let's pounce. It's time for us to pounce. It's not time for us to panic. And I know it's not easy seeing these things, but we're looking at potentially averaging down. What other plays? ACRX. Yeah, ACRX. Yeah, that's actually one that we're in. ACRX. So ACO Pharmaceuticals. Looks like, let's look at their 5-day. This is one of the stocks that I actually buy and hold on my main portfolio, so I don't think about the day-to-day fluctuations, the day-to-day volatility. But as we could see here, it looks like it tested 178. That's where it had some pretty strong support. If we look at the 1-day today, came down to 187, found support there, and currently it's at 196. So if we look at the 1 month, we bought into ACORX. I'll have to double check exactly what my cost average is, because maybe this is one to potentially average down on, depending on when we got in. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like pulling up my portfolio today. ACRX. I'm at $2.16 is my cost average. So I'm down about 9.26%. Not too worried about it though, folks. Again, the technicals right now, everything's going to be neutral, by the way, if anyone uses TradingView, because again, we don't know what's going to happen with the market. They're not going to tell you, overall, we're seeing that most things are going to be neutral. But I think if we look up Square, for example, or some of these big boy companies that really got a lot of money pulled out of them, I think it's going to say it's probably a buying opportunity. Let's see what the technicals tell us. A sell. Who knows? Who knows? But regardless, guys, I'm telling you that I'm looking to potentially buy some. And I want you guys to tell me which companies you're in. What are you looking to potentially buy? Today is OPEX, folks. Let's see. Dave says OPEX. Let's see what he has for us. Is that a stock ticker? GME? A lot of people are saying, wow, GME. What happened to GME? Yeah, it's chilling. It's not pulling back as hard as the market. Looks like AMC also found some support at 779. What is everyone else buying or looking at? Yeah. How is NEO? Let's look at NEO for a second. Pretty excited about NEO. $45. Looks like 44.77 is where it found strong support. Bounced off since then. So NEO. SQ. Big Apple, you're looking to buy SQ. So I'm trying my best to interact with all of you at the ATNF. You're welcome. We'll look at it. Saying ABE. Yeah, NEO, guys, it's crazy how much it's pulled back, really. It's on sale. That's my opinion. On sale. 100%. I think we pulled up the technicals earlier, but guys, NEO has such a bright future. And we can't look at this as 2021 vision. You can't look at this company as what it's going to do now or how it's going to do in the short term. Rather, what's it going to do in the long term, right? Operating expenses. Gotcha, Dave. OPEX. But yeah, guys, look at NEO at 46.17 currently. 46 even. Is it going to break 46? Maybe get down 45. Yes, it's coming down. Don't know exactly what we're going to see with NEO, but it looks like it has some strong support at 44.40, and it hit it again. 44.40-ish, 44.40. So guys, if you want my opinion, it looks like NEO's testing its support line at 444, 450. So if it comes down in this area, you know what to do, or what I consider potentially a buying opportunity. And is this the one day that we were looking at? Give me a sec. Yes, that was the 1 day. So let's go back to the 1 day chart here. So it's about 3.7%. So you could probably get this at a little lower than its current price. So again, maybe it is time for me to average up on my NEO position, potentially. All right, let's see where the comments are. Apple is my baby. Let's look at Apple. Some of the big dog plays. I tell you guys, we're in a lot of these, small speculative plays, but you need to diversify your portfolio and look at potentially increasing your position in some of the big boy plays, because you want to own some of these shares long term, because again, these are $1 trillion beasts. So we know that Apple's going to continue to do well unless something tragic happens, but overall we know what's going to happen for Apple. But look at Apple today. It's tested. Where did it bottom out at? Looks like right over here. $120.34. Guys, Apple is on sale. I am looking to potentially buy some Apple today, because look at it. So it peaked at 144. Since then, it dropped about $20. Significant drop, if you ask me. But let's look at the year to date, or actually the 1 year. So the 1 year we saw in the pandemic dropped to 56, got up to 134. This was September 1st, and then all of this here. Look at this, guys. It's back to, what is this? Back to August numbers? Is that right? Yes, it is. It's back to its August numbers or so. So if you're someone who wanted to get into Apple, but you were scared because it continued to run up, maybe it's time to buy in. Maybe it's time to establish a position in Apple. Get some skin in the game, because you're getting at a pretty reasonable price if you're looking at the 1 month even, right? Look at this. Crazy drop. The 3 month, But remember, guys, we were in a bull market for a while. Now, does this mean we're in a bear market where things are going to drop about 20%? I mean, it technically looks like it potentially might be. But am I worried about it? Absolutely not. Because I'm a person who buys and holds long term. So, yeah. Let's just look at the 1 month here. Guess it's not showing. Of course. Every morning it does this to me. Regardless, 143. So we're down about 13%, up 2% on the day. So Apple is seeing a rebound. So if you bought yesterday, there you go. Yes, Dave says it perfectly. You own Apple, you don't trade it. This is 100% fact. NNDM. Let's look at NNDM. This is a play that we all got into about, I think it was about $5 is when I talked about it way back when. NNDM. Wow, it's below 10 now. This is just crazy. It's insane how much the market has pulled back. Let's look at the 5-day. It's at 1447. I'll pull up NNDM, the basic chart, because I really like Google chart, believe it or not. For someone who doesn't, who doesn't read technicals and things like that. Thanks. Here we go. 6 month. Seems like there's a lag. Maybe a lot of people are trying to use Google right now to look at stocks. Could very much be. Give me 1 sec, everybody. All right. So you can see here, NNDM, January 25th, I think is where it got. Nope. Looks like February 9th. Last Tuesday. That's pretty much where the market peaked since its pullback. But we're down 44% on Nano Dimension. NNDM. And no, it's not due to a public offering. So again, if you're someone who believes in the technology, you missed the run up the first time around, maybe it's time to think about establishing a position. But let's look at its support lines and what it's been retesting, the 5-day. So it looks like it first found its support at 974 when the market was bleeding pretty heavily. Today it retested lows. Actually, no, it broke the support line, came down to 921 if I'm not mistaken, and since then it's found pretty strong support. So guys, again, because of the uncertainty in the market, we're not 100% sure what's going to happen, and we don't know exactly where this is going to be trending. But as of right now, it looks like, again, if you look at it, 980, 921, 2 potential buy zones. But because we don't know what's going to happen, the market's so uncertain right now, maybe thinking about just establishing a position around these marks. So if it comes down to somewhere like 930s, 920s, maybe strike in if you believe in the company. I'm actually potentially looking at starting a position with this one, but we'll see exactly what happens. And that's NNDM, Nano Dimension. So again, they make the 3D printers, and they're disrupting all the different spaces with their 3D printers: healthcare, engineering, architecture, everything. So I personally like the healthcare aspect of it, the prosthetics, those kind of applications that they have with their product. Shout out Hassan, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, and everyone else who's been giving the super chats. It really does help out the channel, but I know at these hard times with the bleeding portfolios, it's pretty difficult. So guys, totally understandable. Just you being here and liking the stream is getting it out there to other people, and that's what it's all about. So appreciate you, Hassan. Appreciate you, Dave, and Big Apple. Thank you all. Can I talk about Zometica? We did earlier, but let's talk about it again. Zometica, our baby Zometica. I can talk about this one all day, but let's see what's happening. If we look at the 1 day, we started the stream, I think it was at around $1.74. So if you're someone who decided to buy in near where it bottomed out, because if we look at the 5-day even, this is where it found very strong support at 144. So if we look at the 1 day here, today it tested 166, found strong support. Guys, this unfortunately was the bull trap we kind of witnessed live. It got up to about $2, and this was pretty exciting because I thought it was going to continue to break resistance, but it didn't. Pulled back to 174, and that's where it found more support. So again, if you're someone who bought Zometica way up here, let's look at the 1 month. If you bought Zometica way up here, 298, and you're looking to average down, today might not be a bad day to do so. If you're in like me at the 40-cent range, etc., maybe it's not the best time to average down. For our penny stock challenge, the 1K to 10K, I did buy Zometica at 220, and then I averaged down at 170. So my current cost average, I think, is around $2. So yeah, looking to figure out when a good entry point might be to average down. So let's keep Zometica on the lookout. Trueforma is going to launch. I am, very, very excited for that, and I'm hoping the product does really well. Just looking to see what they're going to do with the current cash on hand that they have, because they said they're going to use that for the Trueforma launch. So I'm hoping that we see a lot of positive sentiments around the company, and it just continues to do well. There's no bad news regarding these individual stocks. Remember, it's just bad news around the entire stock market, because again, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of panic. But what am I saying, guys? I always say it, and I'm going to continue to repeat it. That's the theme of this stream, is buying the dip. That's why it's titled Buying the Dip. Look at, potentially, if you don't have any dry powder, hold on tight. All right? Not financial advice, but hold on to your shares. Don't lose sight of the fact that you invested into these businesses because you believe in them long term. These aren't just businesses who are, I think they have strong potential moving forward. Osman says ACST. Acasti Pharma. I know, man, this one here has pulled back significantly, and I think I might have to average down today, but let's look at it. Acasti Pharmaceuticals. So, again, it looked like it was, let's look at the 5-day, came up to about $1.01, and that's kind of where we started our penny stock challenge. It's pulled back since. It found strong support at 60, where is that at? About 64 cents, 63 cents. And now it's currently testing 71 cents. And it's current low. Let's look at the 1 day. It's currently, about 71 cents. It looks like it tested 70 cents, but it found support there. So Acasti Pharma, again, at $1. I'm potentially looking to average down on this play. Again, no poor news around it significantly. But again, guys, I think that there's some strong potential with this one. Acasti Pharmaceuticals. And I know if we look at the 3-month chart, it's just been, let's not do that. Let's zoom out. Here we go. If we look at the 3-month chart, you could see here that it peaked, back on February 10th, 120. It's pulled back significantly since then. But again, another one of our penny stock challenge plays that I think it has some strong potential. But yeah, thanks, Osman. I'm still, excited about the krill oil product. I think that, over time, it's something that we could see that will do well. I'm hoping, but we'll see what happens exactly. We're not in any rush necessarily with this one. It's more of a longer term hold for me because again, news is yet to come for the company. We're looking at them finishing their clinical trials. Like any other penny stock plays, this is still in its, baby phases. It's still a young one. All right, let's see what else everyone has to say here. That's Acasti Pharma. I might actually I might average down on this play today. Maybe, because I really think, again, it has some strong potential. And since everyone's here on the stream, maybe we'll do that all together. So yeah. What else do you guys got for me? Let's continue. Let's see how AMC is doing. Our little check-in. So yeah, it looks like it did bottom out 790. Found some support there. People are buying in. GME sucking up a lot of volume, but looks like again today it's pulled back significantly overall though. Zometica, quick refresh, $1.86. Again, there's days like this, people do take advantage of the fact that there's a lot of volatility and there's some swing trading going on. So please be careful. But guys, what I want you to focus on is to be 100%, transparent and honest with you. Look at starting positions or establishing bigger positions in strong stocks. When the market pulls back, hold on to your penny stocks, right? If you have a high cost average, yes, average down if your cost basis is high, but look at buying some of the big dogs. Buy the ones that are, up and that have a strong future moving forward. Tesla, for example, at 668, we just talked about it, up 3.29%. People are day trading it, but again, buy to hold for your retirement. Buy these kind of plays for the 30, 40, 50 years to moving forward, not for the next year or so like our penny stock plays. So I'm going to continue to, touch on that throughout the stream. Square is a company that I really want to buy today because again, I'm hoping we see it pull back, maybe just a little more, but it's in my opinion, a comfortable buy zone for sure. So Jaguar Health, You mentioned that because I actually did start a position in it when it dipped, but it's continuing to dip. Because again, this one here, everyone, you have to be extra careful because there's a lot of bad news around the company currently. So we know Chamath helped this company go public via a SPAC merger with one of his IPOs. So IPO maybe D, you guys can correct me. But again, that's besides the point. It's just the fact that there was some Department of Justice and SEC regulation type issues around the company, which pulled it back. And I decided to buy the dip, or what I thought was a dip, and I bought in around $12. And since then, it's dropped another 20%. So am I upset? No, I'm not. I think, again, as what they're trying to do, disrupting, again, the insurance space within the 65 and older Medicare age population here in the United States. I think overall that they have a big market that they can penetrate, and they do have strong potential because, again, fundamentally, they are a good company as long as they can beat this here. So this is one that you might, if you're interested in starting a position, do your research first, see how risky it is because it's a high risk, high reward play. Very high risk though, so keep that in mind. So that's Clover Health. I'm not going to do too much of a deep dive on that one, but let's keep going. What else do we have? About Zometica 220. Shares will go back up. We talked about JAG. Oh, Elon is here. Elon Musk, the man himself. Just kidding. But can we talk about why this is happening, please? Elon, honestly, you're to blame. I'm totally kidding. I honestly have no idea. Again, there's people who are talking about bonds. I don't know too much about the details of bonds, and if anyone does, please feel free to maybe link us a link or a website where we can learn more about it. But people are saying that the treasury bonds is what's causing this significant market pullback. So yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I know it's because that there's this, I don't know, there's issues around this whole bond thing that is potentially making the market pull back, and just negative sentiments all around. Lots of fear, inflation, crisis, and people using the word inflation left and right all over the media, making people think, oh, yeah, our market's definitely going to be overvalued. And it is, I'm not going to say it's not. A lot of these companies are definitely into overvalued at its current day and age. But again, we were in a bull market and we're hoping to see it continue going. But Olvi does mention about stimulus checks coming to the market. Yeah, that can help. That can help stimulate our economy again and stimulate the people who are willing to invest into the stock market. But it's not necessarily a solution for all of this. We just need, I think, more answers. And Dead Side, hello to you. Good morning, everyone who's joining the chat. We're at 162 members live, so that is awesome. That is great. Let's keep it going. Any other stocks that you guys want to talk about? If not, I think it might be time for us to potentially start some positions today. I'm going to show you guys because I do want to buy in to some stocks. So give me 1 sec here. I'm going to pull up our penny stock challenge portfolio because, yeah, it's hit pretty hard. Not too bad, but again, reasonably hard. Let's see. All right. Let's pull up Robinhood, our penny stock challenge play here. Give me one moment. All right. In just a sec. All right. Okay. So as promised, I want to look at our plays because I'm looking at potentially starting not only a position, but averaging down maybe on some of our plays. But let me just switch the stream over to Robinhood. I have so many tabs up, guys, it's ridiculous. I need to calm it down. Atosa Pharma. So I can definitely talk about Atosa Pharma. Take from the poor and give to the rich. Yeah, I'm not a person who necessarily loves Robinhood. It was just the easiest thing for me to include for the penny stock challenge because it was the portfolio that I had just available with not too much money in it, because I took everything out and put it into Webull. And of course, if you guys do want to use Webull, you can always use the referral link. You do get 2 free stocks when you use it. So, little plug, but all right. Oh, here we go. So hopefully you guys can see my screen now. But here is our portfolio for the penny stock challenge. So as we could see here, guys, we are, again, the total money we started with for this challenge was $1,000. We got up to about 1.1K, and so we were up 10%, and now we're down about 4.5% since our start at 966. Now, am I too worried about this? No. And look at this. We have about $200 of buying power remaining for the challenge. So I'm trying to identify, a good time to buy in. So if we click on these individual plays, we could see here 9 Meters Biopharma, for example. One of my personal, personal favorites long term. My average cost for this company is for the stock is $1.91. That's my average cost. So if you see here, the market value currently, it's sitting at $1.71. So down 10%. Anytime I'm looking to average down on something, if it drops 15 to 20%, that's when I'm potentially willing and looking to average down. So my cost average goes down from $1.91, say, to $1.75, $1.80, etc. That's kind of how I think about it when I'm trying to average down. So if I pull up Zometica, we could see it's at $1.86 currently, down about 6.64% from where we initially started with a $2 cost average. You could see there's $200 in here. So I actually did average down from my initial investment because I wanted to get below $2, to be honest. But again, that's what happened for Zometica. So currently at $1.87, I'm not comfortable increasing my position size because I'm not down enough on it to make me think, because I told you guys about 15 to 20% is what I look for in a dip in these smaller penny stock plays. For bigger companies though, a 5% drop, 7%, that's a really reasonable time to potentially buy in. So that's why I say, Square, Tesla, big companies that are currently pulling back, very, very big opportunities to start positions in these. So again, this is just for Zometica. Let's look at Costi Pharma. I'm looking at all the plays to see if we want to start a new position or do we want to average down. So Costi Pharma, this is the thing that I'm talking about. We're down 25% on this play. Again, no news surrounding the company that was necessarily negative. We're testing, lows for sure. If we look at the 1 week, it looks like it was at $1.64, 64 cents. If we look at the month chart, right now it's kind of testing where it was consolidating for the last week of January, even going into February. So it's approaching that buy zone, if you will. I know if we look at the 3 month, a lot of these companies had a bull run since then, and it's pulling back significantly. But again, for my own sake, what I do is I look at potentially averaging down. So for Costi, I'm down 25%. I told you guys I like between 15 to 20. That's a significant enough drop in price, excuse me, to start potentially averaging down. So because I'm long-term on the company, I'll show you guys today that I'm going to average down. So it's currently at, let's see here. My cost average is 95 cents. It's at 71 cents. So I'm going to look at averaging down. Let me just make sure. I always try to alert the Patreon when I'm starting a new position or averaging down. So I'm going to quickly just type in here to the Patreon members, 1K to 10K challenge, and then I'll go ahead and buy right after because I want to make sure we're all on the same playing field, same leveling field. So 1K to 10K challenge, buying ACST at what's the current price for it? It's 71 cents, 0.71, $100 in the position already, and averaging down by buying another 100. Be careful in these market conditions. So you guys got to see it first here on the stream in these market conditions. But when I say I like transparency and I like alerting everyone as soon as possible, I try to do so. So let me just publish that. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and buy. So what I'm going to do is I want to buy, let's see, I usually use my cell phone instead of, not 100 shares, 120 shares. I want to do a price instead, not shares. This is so sad. I'm usually someone who can, yeah, I think this is a fair price. Where is it at? It dropped to 70 cents, but it tested support there. I want to do 130, 40. We'll say 140 shares at $100.09 and 9 cents. Yeah, $100.10. So let's review order. You are buying. Good day market. Yep. So we'll go ahead and buy. So now, if we refresh the page, let's see what happens. Now you guys can see what happened to my average cost. So it was at 94 cents prior. I averaged down, so I put in an additional $100, and now my average cost is 81 cents. So that's the laws or rules of averaging down. That's how it basically works. So again, guys, that's kind of what I just did with a costly farmer because it's down 25%. Now let's go back and look at our other plays. So let's click back here. All right, let's see. So CTXR, where were we? Yep, CTXR. So CDS Pharmaceuticals. Looks like, again, we're still up 33% on this play. Down total return today of 265. My average cost is 152. Currently it's at 201. Does that mean I'm going to buy more? Absolutely not. Not in this bleeding market condition. I'm very comfortable with my position. I'm very happy that we still have, a positive total return, and we just bought this last week when the penny stock challenge started. So again, CDS Pharmaceuticals, very, very bullish on this play, and I'm hoping that it's going to continue to do well moving forward, but we'll keep it as that. Again, one of our stock picks that I talked about at $1.40 is when we all started our positions, but for the penny stock challenge, I did start a position at $2.27. So my average cost is pretty high, down 16%, so it's potentially time to average down on this play, but I know I only have $100 left of buying power for this stock. So what am I doing? I'm actually going to not expand on my position quite yet unless I see it drop further. If we look at the 1 week, it initially found support at 194, unfortunately broke that support line. If we look at the 1 day, looks like it dropped down to 180 today. Yeah, $1.80, $1.81 is where it's kind of, so if it drops down there, maybe I'll add some more, but for now I think I'll just keep it as is, and hoping to ride this one long term, because if we look at the 1 month, guys, it got up pretty dang high, $3.35. So since then, it's dropped significantly, almost 50% there. So yeah, BHTG, let's keep going, and then we'll go back to talking about some of your guys' stock picks. And again, for anyone that's new to the stream, if you could like the stream, it would mean a lot to me. It does help get the stream out there to more and more people. So all you got to do is hit the like button, free, no charge, but it does help at getting the stream out there. So Senseonics, ticker symbol SENS. Guys, as you know, so our cost average on this one is 354. We started this position on a Tuesday dip. Since then, it's stayed right around there. Again, it's 354. Total return today looks like we're just down about $7.63. That's just for today, but in total, we're up about 31 cents. Nothing too crazy. It looks like, again, it's found pretty strong support on our average cost. It did dip down to 342, but hopefully now it's going to start consolidating, and if not, if the market wakes up, it's going to continue to have its run. But the reason I decided to buy this is because we saw Senseonics at 526. The FDA approval of its CGM device, the 180 CGM device, that's going to be huge for the company. So again, holding long term, looking to see this one continue to do well. But I'm being transparent with you guys, not going to be increasing my position size whatsoever. But again, this one I think has a pretty bright future moving forward. So that's Senseonics. Last but not least, Jaguar Health, JAGX. We bought some yesterday. Our cost average for JAGX was $2.13. So we're up not even 1% yet, but I'm not mad about it. Today it looks like it did pull back to 204 when we were talking about it earlier in the stream. And I said, when we had Rocky here, I was saying maybe it is time to, I think it's within a reasonable buy zone. So if you're looking at potentially buying Jaguar Health, if it gets back to this support here at 204, maybe it's time to buy in. If we look at the 1 week where it dipped, if it gets down to anywhere near that 191, you know what it's time to do, guys? It's time to pounce. And we look at the 3-month chart where we originally got in at $1.78. I know people took profits. They set their trailing stop losses. So again, when we're in a bull market, always a good idea to set your trailing stop loss so you can lock in profits. Locking in profits is so important. So for right now, everyone, again, we're still up significantly from the initial investment at 178. Not significantly, but a decent amount. But since then, I know it's been pulling back. But only good news surrounding the company. So right here, right now, total return is $0.00. But I'm not mad about it. Continue moving forward, especially in a red day like today. It's not upsetting at all. So yeah, overall, again, down about 3.5%, or 3.5% since the start of the challenge. But I am just going to continue holding. I'm not looking to sell any of my positions, but I just wanted to show you guys a quick update on our penny stock plays and some of the things that are on the watch list. Let's look at fuel cell quick. Maybe for the main portfolio, this might be a good idea. But looks like it did go down to 1403. So if we look at the 1 month, peaked at $28.58. It's pulled back significantly since then. So guys, my portfolio is hurting. I know your guys' portfolios are hurting. But instead of panicking and selling, maybe it is time to pounce. So let's go back and look at today's plays. So we talked about AMC earlier. We're at 806. So again, the market, nothing too exciting today. And for my own sanity and everything, after the live stream, I'm not going to be looking at my portfolio at all. I'm just going to forget it because, again, I'm not looking to sell. Maybe I'll set some limit buy orders to, again, establish some positions at some point. If they drop far enough, you could set limit buy orders where you don't have to continue to watch your portfolio over and over. So on Robinhood, for example, if you do a buy, you could do a limit order. So if you want to do a limit order, you could set up, so say for fuel cell, if you're someone who doesn't want to stare at the market, stare at your portfolio all day, you could set what you call a limit order, and you put the price you want to buy the stock at. So I know it might be ridiculous, but say we want to buy fuel cell at $5. Is it going to reach $5? Probably not, but is it possible? Someday, who knows, if the market pulls back enough. I'm not someone who will ever think so, but regardless, you could say you want to buy at $5, 10 shares, 100 shares, and then you could do allow this order to execute during extended hours. You just hit the check mark there, and then you click review order, set it, and forget it. Then you never have to look back at your portfolio. So if you want to establish positions in case the market dips even further, if you're a person who works a 9 to 5 like I do, and you can't really look at your positions all day, every day, and if we know the market's pulling back and it's bleeding, set limit buy orders so you can successfully get into plays during the dips. So everyone just think about that. All right, let's look at Apple quick. This is one of the ones we mentioned earlier. Yeah, pretty strong support right now. It's not doing anything too crazy. Quickly pull up Tesla, one of my personal favorites. I do have some shares of Tesla. I wish I had more. But my cost average, for example, with Tesla is about 340. So if we look at, I bought in actually like during that September dip. So for me, it was just like, okay, maybe it is time to buy after the dip there. So again, overall up about 107% in my personal position. But if you're looking to establish one, we saw it got to 880 and pulled back since, about 22%. So is it going to make a recovery? I'm hoping so when the market decides to stop playing games with us. So we'll see. Just bought more fuel cell. There you go, Eddie. Fuel cell, I think it has a strong future. Let's look at Plug. Well, Plug is actually up 9.5% today. One of our other fuel cell or hydrogen fuel cell companies. So we know for fuel cell it got up to $73.18, but since then it's pulled back about 40 cents. Oh, the wife woke up. So anywho, $73.18, and since then it's pulled back pretty significantly. It's come down about 35%. So again, if you're looking to establish some of the positions in these companies, guys, the market is presenting buying opportunities. Now today it did bounce back, so it found some strong support. And let's see where it was in the 5-day, $43. Yeah, that's pretty much where it found its bottom, $43 or so. It retested that around exactly on Tuesday, and yet again, a market opened pretty much today, and it's bounced back since. So once you know that, maybe you could set a limit buy order, like I mentioned. You could just put it in here. So same thing, you just do plug. And you can do this on any brokerage. I'm not a person who's advertising for Robinhood. I'm just using this for my penny stock challenge. I primarily use Webull and TD Ameritrade. Those are my two favorites. But again, same thing. So say for plug, you want to buy in where it dipped and found support at 43.43. And you could say you want to do 100 shares. And you could say good for a day or good till canceled. So GTC order is what it's called. And again, it has about 90 days to fulfill your order. And of course, you can go in and delete the request whenever, but you just do good till canceled, allow this order to execute, and then hit review, submit it. Another way to kind of find, not obsess over the market or stare at it all day, and rather just buy and forget. So just little tips and tricks that I want to share with you guys today. Michael Reyna, I appreciate you, bro. I would really appreciate if you guys could hit the like button. It does help get the stream out there to more people. But again, we've been live for about 70 minutes now, so maybe I might start considering potentially ending the stream here soon. But if you guys want to talk about, so if you guys want to talk about something, the wife is giving me signals that it's time. I have to run some errands, etc. But it says, let me just see what Rough Cool says. So I have $6,500 shares of Zometica at 230 on Zoom, and I'm thinking to average down. What are your thoughts, and what price would you get in? So 6,500 shares at 230. So Rafa Cool, sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, but we know where Zometica is currently. It is at, what is it, 186 it was last that we looked. Let's see if it will pop up for us. 182. So, in my opinion, again, not financial advice, my friend, but I'm just trying to share with you what I think. We saw where it bottomed out at 161. That was on Tuesday. Found strong support there, and since then it's up about 13%. Now, today even, we saw it pull up. Let's see if it'll pull up on TradingView. Might be a little more clear. Yeah, let's look at the 5-day because this is when the market has been bleeding. So you're telling me that your cost average is about 230, if I'm not mistaken. But if we see here, it's bottomed out up to $1.44 actually. Found strong support, bounced off since then. Found support again at 166, so it's not like we're retesting the 144. But right now at 183, I think it could potentially pull back more as the market continues to pull back. Now, if it gets anywhere near this 166, maybe at 170, you could potentially think about averaging down if you have money that, again, you're not too worried about and you're willing to lose. Because always remember to keep money aside for, your expenses, your family, all the important things. Because again, the money that goes into the market is the money that we're okay with potentially losing. So as you can see here, we have strong support, very, very strong support at $1.44, $1.45. So if it gets down to there, then maybe for sure, maybe setting a limit buy order, right? The limit buy order that I just mentioned with a good till canceled order for Zometica. So again, I like to demonstrate this just because we do have some novice investors. And I'm still novice in my opinion because I'm still learning. But again, you could do something along the lines of $1.43, $1.45, even if you want to try to get in maybe a few cents before the support line, say 100 shares, but you're at 6,500. So if you do 6,500 again, that's a lot of money. So I would, personally, I would say maybe whatever amount of shares you're willing to put into, because again, this is a volatile play, volatile penny stock. But if you do want to get in on it, you can do something along the lines of, say you're just going to do 100 shares or 1,000 shares. Then again, just good till canceled. Allow this order to execute during extended hours or after hours. Hit review, set it, and forget it. And if it pulls back and it satisfies your order, fantastic. But again, that's kind of how I, especially as a person who works during the day, that's how I do it when it comes to buying, larger positions. Like for example, with Tesla, Square, etc. So for Square today, I'll do this probably on Webull, but I'm looking at potentially starting a position with this play. So yeah, that's kind of my two-piece for you guys, my 2 cents, if you will. So again, everybody, thank you for tuning into the stream. It's been fun. I am super excited about it. Thank you all for joining us. Stay safe in these market conditions, guys. We're seeing the market pull back significantly. It might continue. Thank you for liking. Sorry about the noise, but until next time, everybody,